The following podcast may contain spoilers, strong language, graphic violence, and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. I don't know, I forgot what I was going to say.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 4 a.m. podcast, where we are trudging through superheroes like frozen pudding. I'm your host today, Rob. To my left are my co-hosts,
Brian,
Will, Tony, and Joe.
Excellent. And today we watched Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. Someone might even say the best theatrical Batman movie released. Others would say not, but we'll find out.
They're full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out what everybody thinks. But first, hey, you guys look really nice.
why are you lying to us?
Yeah, we don't.
I'm just trying to be nice.
What do you want?
What could I possibly want from you?
Well, I got to say it like that. Damn. Shit.
I said
I got shit.
I said exactly how I meant it. Damn. You started this. I was trying to be friendly. You got
My bad.
You got beefy. Brian, what'd you have for lunch today?
I had 2 burritos. They were delicious.
Yeah.
To my friends who I will be hanging out with later, I am sorry.
And to us. Because you've released a couple bombs already.
Well, speaking of that,
No, that wasn't me. When Joe walked in, that's the first thing he started doing was farting.
That wasn't me. I haven't farted yet.
Oh.
Oh, we have a mystery farter in here?
I heard.
I own up to
Are
my
you sure
shit.
one didn't
No.
come from you?
No, I own them. I have no
A
shame.
stank one had already been going around the table.
Really?
I think it was Tony.
I got
I don't
some
know,
brewing,
Will.
but
You were
nothing yet.
looking awfully uncomfortable against that wall when my wife was here earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the one cheek sneak on us?
Maybe.
Well, what did you have for lunch today?
I had a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich and then some nugs from Wendy's also.
Some nuggy nugs. Spicy nugs or regular?
Regular. Didn't
Yeah.
want to go too spicy. And
How
I'm
was
drinking
that?
this gallon of Coke.
You've been nursing that Coke for hours now.
Yeah. It was good. Wendy's never disappoints.
No. Tony, how about you?
I had a couple maple cream Oreos. I haven't eaten anything since I got here. So
All day?
yeah,
Aw.
Why didn't you say something? I would have made my wife make you something.
And she would have said no.
No, she would have
she
definitely
would've-
said yes. She
yeah,
would have.
she would've made me
If she had
something great.
even the slightest hint that Tony had not eaten today, she would have been cooking eggs and
Making sauce.
frying up baconators.
she
And
would have done that. But I'm good. Sorry.
how are the maple cream Oreos?
That's pretty
They're
good.
good. Yeah.
Joe, what'd you have for lunch today?
So I, due to work being crazy, had to skip lunch. I had an Impossible Whopper meal for dinner, and I ate
Is it for dinner?
Yes.
Okay. Clarify that.
I
And
believe we call that elevensies.
so 11 is before lunch.
Luncheon.
Luncheon. Yeah.
Lemonsies at 11.
Yeah. And then I ate a seagull I found dead on the side of the road.
Oh, wow. So you were like,
put
you're
hot
like, you
sauce
know
on
what? I know it was killed humanely, therefore I can eat it.
It was not. I saw it go down.
So what happened to the seagull, Joe?
So the only thing. All right, so I missed the beginning of this, but I'm piecing this together. So what I saw was going across the Q Bridge, a seagull missing a wing in a corkscrew dive like a fighter plane has been shot down, crashing right onto the Q Bridge, and then immediately getting run over by an SUV.
It's like a real life loony.
And then shortly after, it's one sad wing just crashing down on the road
For
like
real?
a few feet in front of it.
It's extra.
And the only thing I could gather is it's right by when you go over the Q Bridge, and there's that windmill right over there. And if it was going fast enough, that's the only thing I could think of. Because wings don't just fall off in flight. Like, you're not just flapping around and like, oh, there goes my arm.
It could have been attacked by a hawk or something
That's
like
true.
that.
Hawk
Yeah.
just came and ripped its arm off.
Yeah,
It's
a falcon
possible.
or some shit, you know.
Either way, he was flying along like la 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 la, and then just fuck.
Your life is over.
I
Going
know how
home.
he feels.
Going home to the wife and kids.
You
and
couldn't
all
even
this
tell
stuff.
if the car killed him or the fall killed him. Either way,
At least they didn't suffer.
Maybe someone fed it some Alka-Seltzer.
Wait,
maybe.
I'm sorry. What was that, Will?
At least it didn't suffer long on the bridge.
No, I mean
On the bridge, yeah.
between the first impact and the second impact, it was only a split second.
There's gonna
But I
be
imagine from whatever happened for him
Yeah.
to lose his wing to the lengthy drop down was not a pleasant time.
No.
Maybe he got knocked unconscious from shock or from the pain. He didn't feel anything.
Let's hope.
Oh man, that's sad.
It's pretty brutal.
Hilarious.
So, I would like to propose a moment of silence for the seagull. All right, that's enough. I mean, it's going to be cut out in editing anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that
It
happened.
was more of a moment of heavy breathing.
A moment of
Hot second of silence.
of stuffing food into your face, so you're physically unable to talk.
I expected there to be a solid minute and someone to break it with a fart, but
Now, Joe, how was the Impossible Burger?
Oh, it's great. Now, like I'll tell everybody, if you go and get fast food all the time, like you go to Wendy's, Burger King, or McDonald's, like it's not anything impressive. I'm not saying you're going to like it more than you're going to like a Whopper. But for me, who has not been able to go to one of those restaurants for the better part of 10 years, it's nice to be able to go to one
Has it
again.
been that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 2008.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 2009. 2009. So yeah, 10 years.
Nice. They have like that grilled flavor.
Yeah. No, I mean it's good. To me, it tastes like what I remember a Whopper tasting like. Granted, that was 10 years ago,
just liquid smoke and cheese.
and lots of mayonnaise.
you
Yeah,
gonna-
lots of mayonnaise.
are you going to get one, Robin? Compare?
No.
No, I mean, like if you eat meat, it's going to let you down. I mean, I'm sure it can't taste as good as the original.
Here's the thing. Like, I've heard it's good. The problem being, it's going to take a lot more than that to get me to go to a Burger King again.
Yeah, like if you have the option to go to a Wendy's and you're not, you're fucking it up.
Yeah, like Burger King.
Burger King? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's a Wendy's next door,
Right.
or you're not gonna.
I literally go to the one next door to the Wendy's in my hometown.
Oh, well, that's fine for you.
You got to mix
For
it up
me-
once in a
Well,
while.
usually because the line is shorter.
Burger King for me means I have to cross Route 1. And that's pretty much it. I have to cross Route 1. Wendy's, however, means I just make like 2 left turns and I'm there.
But Wendy's, as far as I remember, granted, I've been out of the game for a while, but Wendy's was Burger King's superior,
And it still is.
in everything.
Every
basically.
single way. Every single. Well, I mean, we made a life out of Burger King double cheeseburgers and their chicken, classic long chicken sandwiches.
By life, you mean the spare tire.
I mean life by that's pretty much our life because we've shortened our lifespan significantly from eating all of that.
Fair.
We've chosen our lives based on what we've eaten. But Wendy's, yeah, and you were a vegetarian before the Dave's Hot and Juicy burger came out, even, and that thing is just crazy.
I refuse to put anything called Dave's Hot and Juicy in my mouth.
I mean, and that's fine.
Also, that goes for the big and tasty.
But hot damn, are you?
You don't know
missing
what
out.
you're missing. Yeah.
I saw that Wendy's is going to have breakfast.
Yeah,
They have
don't they
breakfast.
already have breakfast?
I don't think so. I was wondering
they
about
have
that.
breakfast.
Yeah,
I've had
they
it
have
before.
breakfast.
It's actually good. Like
What is it?
Because I drive by Wendy's every morning, and I'm
No,
like,
I mean,
Am
if
I
you
gonna
go
be
in there
that
with a
guy that stops
submachine
for
gun
breakfast?
and raise hell like in Falling Down, they'll give you breakfast.
no, they have
Don't
breakfast.
find some eggs.
What do they have?
Like honey butter, chicken
Chicken.
biscuits, maple bacon, honey
you
butter.
gotta stop
chicken
talking because I'll
croissants,
stop tomorrow.
sausage biscuits.
So, maple chicken and some kind of bread.
Like you make
Got
sausage
it.
biscuits and croissant, bacon, egg, cheese. Like they
Okay.
have breakfast. And
So they got like 3 types of bread and then the base, like the combos.
Because I never think about, like, I was actually thinking about this the other day because I was out early in the morning for work and drove past one, and I was thinking about, maybe should I try and grab
Not
some
all are
for
open
breakfast?
for breakfast. Some
That could be too. I mean, they looked open, but like there was nothing advertised for breakfast. So
And the
I
one
was like,
here
do they
is
even have
24
it?
hours, so
Yeah.
So, which one of the big 3 would Batman go to?
Wendy's because he's got money and he's not an
he
asshole.
likes redheads.
Yeah,
All
he
those
likes
are
redheads.
valid reasons.
He would,
Yes.
he would get Alfred to pick it up for him and bring it to the Batcave.
But not to ruin things, I believe commercials have told me it's McDonald's.
Yeah,
Well-
but see, McDonald's is so sodium heavy. I feel like
They all are.
I know, but McDonald's just tastes like salt to me.
I'm just saying, I think it was for the third movie that we actually got a,
Oh, yeah.
on-screen thing of Batman pulling up with
Okay,
a Happy
yeah,
Meal.
but hashtag not my Batman.
It's fair.
I mean, I was going to, my
like
next
Bat
question
Nibbles?
was going to be
I love
if
Batman.
Joel Schumacher was not, stopped and he was allowed to keep going with these Batman movies, which one of the 3 franchises would he have installed in the Batcave? Richie Rich style.
Oh, if
I'm
Joel
thinking-
Schumacher, it's for sure McDonald's.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Bigger
Joel
paycheck.
Schumacher has Mayor McCheese's mayonnaise all
Fair
over his
enough.
shirt.
He's got
Wow.
he's got grimace hair all over him.
I'm uncomfortable. So, Batman,
He
Mask
made
of the
grimace.
Phantasm.
Mask of the
smile.
Phantasm.
We were trying to go.
Well, I had a DiGiorno pan pizza for those.
Nobody
if anyone,
cared.
if
No,
anyone
nobody
wanted to
cared.
know, which they didn't.
Whatever. I just wanted. I was
I'm sorry,
excited.
who asked you?
I
Who
was
asked you?
excited. I had a reason to turn my oven on without putting my head in it. For
Oh,
once.
okay. All right.
Now you're talking like me, damn it.
All right.
You thought about it, but then you saw the pizza in the
Yeah.
freezer.
It was. It was all right.
It's preheating for one of us.
It was not great, but
Well, I mean, he still put his head in the oven after, he cooked the pizza.
yeah.
Yeah. He
But
ate it in there.
It was mostly to lick the pepperoni
Yeah.
bits that had fallen off. Anyway, so we watched Batman Mask of the Phantasm. I assume one of you prepared people has some information on this.
I do.
Not it.
So yeah, it's rated PG, of course. No surprising there. Came out actually on Christmas Day in 2003.
But it was like good PG though. It was like almost
There was
80s
some blood,
PG. yeah.
there was some blood, which was I was
Well, yeah, they
surprised.
Some woman
handled it
took
well.
a salami right across the face.
And like several haymakers too.
yeah, to the solar plexus.
So it's directed by Eric Ramdowski. I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. And of course, Bruce Timm. The two of them have worked together on a lot of Batman the Animated Series and other DC properties. He's also done the Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys. He got to do the animation for that, or direct it at least. I
The
don't know.
which one?
The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys movie. No, I know
Sounds
about.
terrible,
Yeah, that's
but
yeah,
fine. Shaolin Showdown.
the Spotlight prequel.
Shaolin Showdown?
Yes, Shaggy and Scooby Doo get a clue. Ultimate Spider-Man.
a raging claw.
Wow.
It is a dangerous life of altar boys.
I mean, something to keep on.
The movie itself, I didn't realize this when we first saw it, obviously, but it's basically just Batman Year 1 and Batman Year 2 kind of smushed together. Which,
Somewhat, yeah.
it departs, but like you can definitely see the influence of it, including in the design of the Phantasm himself. It's basically the Reaper.
Yeah.
With a little bit of Azrael in there. But we found out that the end credits have a song from the rare appearance of Tia Carrera, because why not?
Yeah, I mean,
Swing. Oh,
shall we?
The beginning song, which you all enjoyed, is actually an in-joke. It's people chanting names of different composers played backwards.
Oh,
Yeah,
sounded great.
Nice and creepy.
it sounded
but it's
amazing.
just-
I don't care if it was a joke
Exactly.
or not. Man.
It's kind of, how do they make Godzilla's roar? It doesn't matter really.
Rob knows.
It just gets me hard. That's all
I
I know.
know too, but still.
No questions asked.
Questions asked.
Paul Dini, of course, was involved in making
Paula
this.
Dean,
No. Way different.
Way
different.
less racist.
she did not want that filmed on black paper. I'm sorry.
Eat the Three Musketeers. That was great because I saw like the live reaction of him saying it and realizing it was awful at the same time.
Well, for
It
once,
was
we
great.
don't have to apologize on behalf of the podcast. He went too far even for himself.
Oh my god.
Oh man, no. Paul Dini, who was a big writer for this and Batman the Animated Series, wanted all the flashbacks to be of Bruce's love life, but having it get increasingly more and more sad as it went along, which it kind of did.
Hey, Bruce, how's your sex life?
But that's why I love Paul Dini, but he's also
right,
a
Alfred.
bastard.
Computers are too hard.
The main Character for this, of course, is voiced by Dana Delaney, who did such a good job that they asked her to come back to be Lois Lane,
yeah.
on Superman.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering why. I mean, I know Dana Delaney, but like, I recognized her voice in a cartoon context, if that makes sense. I was wondering.
Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Hamill apparently went to see this movie when it was first released. He went to a very small theater with very few people, so he had them all come sit with him while he watched.
They not negotiable.
Yes.
Came and grabbed you.
In my head, that's exactly what happened.
In my head, he just didn't tell anyone and just like sat there and then just did Joker laughs throughout the movie.
No, that would be no one sitting near him. I imagine it being more of a like, no, come here. No, don't start until they come.
I'm Mark Hamill, damn it.
That's how I.
I'll buy this theater.
Then once you have your arm around them, do the Joker laugh.
Don't start until they come.
But the movie, of course, had Stacy Keach do the voice of both the father and the Phantasm to try and keep the identity of the Phantasm a secret throughout the movie.
As if you didn't know.
Well,
The first time I saw it, I didn't know.
I knew immediately.
well, it was all blown anyway because Kenner released a figure of the Phantasm without the mask on.
But here's the thing, though.
Classic toys.
You could not find that figure to save your damn life.
It was hard, so like I don't think we saw it until after the
And
movie.
I'm pretty sure,
but-
like, the picture on the back of the packaging didn't have it with the mask off. It was just the stock.
No,
I remember-
in the box. She
I know
she
in the
had
box, but like on the back, like on. So
Oh, I see what
all
you're
you
saying,
could find
yes.
was the other figures, and on the
Yes.
back it was just like the co-cell
Yes. Yeah.
just had the Phantasm as Phantasm.
Gotcha.
I don't think we ever did. You end up getting a Phantasm figure? 'Cause you bought most of those movie figures, right?
I remember having one.
Not the movie one so much. I don't know if I ever got the Phantasm.
I almost because they've made new versions of those figures now with like better articulation and stuff. They have a Batmobile. It's amazing.
I might buy that.
It's expensive, but they have I believe a new. I almost bought the Phantasm and Batman 2-pack.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
I didn't because I heard the quality control on it is spotty, but
I wonder with some of the because I wanted to get the Mr. Freeze, but like with the thin legs for the animation style, like I wondered how well it would actually stand up.
yeah, not well.
But that's what I was afraid of. So, anyone want to guess how much money this movie cost to make?
You were like gone there, Brian. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
I
They were talking about action figures.
Yeah.
And you went
He couldn't give
somewhere
a
else.
shit.
I can face and I was gone.
His eyes glazed over, and
What would you
He's
like
in
to
a
talk
different
about,
world.
Brian?
I'm gonna guess $6 million. I don't know how much it costs to animate movies.
yeah, that's what I was.
I'm gonna say
thinking.
13 million.
I'm gonna say 4 million.
I'm going low. $1 mil.
$6 million exactly.
Oh, really?
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Wow.
Want to guess how much it made?
I'm gonna go with 13 again. I know this movie did not do that great in box office.
Yeah, let me start by saying I only have domestically, not worldwide. Once
I'm
again.
sticking with 13.
I don't know. I doubt for you guys it makes a difference, but
$24 million.
It cost 6. 8 million.
Still flying low. 1 million.
I'm gonna have to give it to Joe.
Yep.
It was 5.7.
Oh, damn, man. So,
But it came out in theaters for real.
and here's the thing.
Well-
So, what's everybody's personal history with this movie? Let's roll right into that. Brian
It's
was
funny, I didn't see it in the theaters.
okay. Will, how about you?
But I
You were
didn't see
3 years old. Tony, how about
wait.
you?
But I had the VHS and watched it all the time. Does that count as history?
You know we saw this.
Yeah, I saw it 3 times in the theaters.
So it wasn't your fault.
Did
that
we
it
see it 3
underperformed?
times together? Or?
I did. I don't think because I saw it. I think once with Justin,
That wind is crazy.
and maybe a couple of times with you. I don't know. We may have seen it twice together, and I saw it.
Yeah,
once
because
with
I'm pretty sure I saw it more than once, but I couldn't remember specifics.
Joe. How about you?
This was my first time ever seeing it.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
So you're all part of the problem. It's basically I did my part.
I'm sorry I couldn't crawl to the
In
theater.
fact, I carried 3 of y'all's
I'm sorry, I
asses.
didn't have a job in '93 to be able to go to the movie.
Well,
But did you
2003,
have
right?
What was
a
Rob
chocolate
doing in '93?
peanut butter Twinkie?
Oh, gross.
Wait, what year was this again?
Is that gross?
93.
Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah.
Oh, this was 93? Oh, okay, yeah.
That's true. I did not have a job in '93. Chocolate peanut butter Twinkies is delicious. So thank you to shut your mouth. Keep
yeah,
drinking
I
your
just
giant
wasn't-
Coke.
I just wasn't
You're
into
jealous.
DC. Well, pretty much ever.
I mean, that's fine.
What'd you say? You didn't like DC?
Well, I wasn't really into. I'm not. I have not been into superheroes anywhere near as much as anybody else in this group. But like, I collected like the Marvel cards and watched like the Saturday morning X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as my superhero.
But you
stuff
didn't
went.
even watch Batman the animated series?
Not really. No.
So
Have
good.
you
So
seen
good,
it
though.
since?
No, I heard it's good, and I need
it
to
holds
see the
up like a-
episode with the Mr. Freeze that everyone
that's
is
so
super hard.
No,
about,
what you
but-
need to see is the episode where Bruce goes undercover as a homeless guy and gets trapped by this fat dude.
The Rat King.
What you need to see is the episode where some kid gets Batman trapped in his basement.
Oh yeah.
That's
Or the one where it's all the villains sitting around this bar and they're like,
almost,
"We
Almost got him. Yeah,
So-
that's actually a good one. That's one you do.
Or the
need to
one
see.
where it's a
episodes.
robot that has a brain.
did.
That's so terrible.
or
I
the
hate
Gray
that.
Ghost."
Oh,
Oh,
the Gray
Gray
Ghost
Ghost.
is a good
But
episode.
still,
Sorry, Joe.
But yeah, Mr. Freeze. That's again one of that small list of like animated things that will fucking make me cry. That's one of them.
And it's cool that the animated series like influenced so many things in the canon. Like that backstory, right, is the story that the Mr. Freeze backstory,
Oh yeah,
right?
that's
They
yeah,
switched it.
Same thing
Well,
with
he was
I
just
believe
an asshole with an
Clayface.
icicle before.
Well, not only
right?
that, but Harley Quinn
Harley
didn't
Quinn,
exist
Yep.
right.
until the
Yeah.
animated series.
And like in my mind, I wanted to make sure I don't know, like everything that is the animated series is like how I see it when people talk about like
Oh, yeah.
Gotham
That
and
is
like
Batman
the voice
to
of
me.
Batman, the voice of Joker, what the Batmobile looks like, what Wayne Manor is supposed to look like. All that is like,
Batmobile's the
Ingrained
only
in my
one.
mind.
Yeah, that's
I don't
89.
totally agree with.
Tim Burton for me.
Yeah,
well, yeah, that's fair. But I just remember I had that the toy of that Batmobile, and it was awesome. Like the
yeah.
popped out and turned into the Batwing, and it was like you could put two figures in there. It was awesome.
I went to a convention one time, and I'm walking around, and I hear Batman laughing, and I'm like, "This is the way Batman doesn't laugh." Turn around, it's Kevin Conroy,
And you
people
jizzed
signing autographs,
in your
laughing.
pants.
And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
So
And you're like, wait, Batman is laughing.
speaking of Kevin Conroy,
Oh yeah, cast list.
yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was indeed the voice of Batman. in
A
this
sex
movie.
machine.
And as we already discovered, Dana Delaney,
Also a sex machine.
also sex machine, yeah,
I
voice
assume.
of Andrea Beaumont. Hart Bachner was Arthur Reeves. Stacy Keach was Phantasm
Also-
and Carl Beaumont.
A sex machine.
It's
Also a
crazy to
sex
think
machine.
of Stacy Keach with like the most feminine name, but like the most testosterone filled man.
And he,
Well, it's like a boy named Sue. You know, he had a tough life growing up.
True, but he like is a mustache.
he is the gay man as well.
Stacy, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Way to go, Stacy.
All right.
Way to go.
Badass.
One more shout out to Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Oh yeah, of course. Mark Hamill killing
Killing
it
it.
as the Joker,
Wait.
and that's the other thing. The definitive Joker to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah, he's whenever I read the comics, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are what I hear. in my
Oh
head.
yeah. Is there? Does anybody have a Batman? Like, does anybody want to put on the table a Batman better than Kevin Conroy?
Yeah.
If anybody even
George
says, I'll take. You know what? I'll take George
Val
Clooney
Kilmer.
before I'll take Christian Bale.
Uh,
Honestly,
Robert Pattinson.
I don't know.
I'll see myself out.
He might pull something off. I don't know.
I mean, it's too early to say.
Ben
He's a
Affleck did
good
better
actor.
than we thought he was going to.
But Ben
I
Affleck
like
has
Affleck.
muscles also.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck can actually act.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
That like the movie was done poorly, but I don't.
Right,
I don't,
he was
I
good
did
in
not
it.
like.
Here's the
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. People were outraged.
Robert
Ben
Pattinson
Affleck.
can act. I'm not saying he. Listen, so you
It's not
can't-
his fault that he got
Yeah, like
that shitty deal with Twilight. He's done
No.
other good movies.
it's not
Which?
like Hayden Christensen where he just sucks. all
Run
around.
all. What's the one where they're on Run All Night? Have you seen that one where him and his brother?
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean-
That's a good
A
one.
movie
Okay.
Tony hasn't seen.
He played
Yeah.
a mean Cedric Diggory.
Yeah, he
for
was
like 5
fine as
minutes.
Cedric Diggory.
Yeah, he played a bland kid with 2 lines pretty well. Yeah,
But like, so, but
Took
yeah,
that Avada Kedavra like
but
a champ.
he just has a slight frame, and Ben
And
Affleck
a
is
face
just
you want to punch.
yeah, the face, a very punchable
I'm
face.
not gonna
Yeah.
give him a hard time about the frame because Chris Pratt was a tubbo before getting the role
Oh boy,
in Guardians of the Galaxy.
my new mouse pad has arrived.
Is it got Godzilla on it?
No, it's just black.
True to the animated series, they need to find an actor who just has a 90-degree angle only jawline.
And his body tapers down into a triangle.
Or maybe
So
that's part of his
You
mask.
just described Stacy Keach, but he's a little old for the role.
Yeah, I mentioned this while watching, but like there was a time where I really wanted to see him play old Batman.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been
He
really
said
cool.
he's wanted to. Wait, Keach or Conroy?
Keach.
Okay.
Kevin Conroy could probably do it.
Conroy said if
I
they
can see
do
that.
Conroy
a
also has a
Batman
very
Beyond
slight frame, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's not what I picture as old Batman, but I could see him.
Also,
being
you
just
could
an older
not
Batman.
fit that Adam's apple under a Batman cowl to save your life.
That's where the good voice comes from.
That's where all the T comes. He's got his T levels are like off the charts.
What we're talking about.
Testosterone, Joe. I know you
I
wouldn't
don't know
understand
what we're
that
talking
is.
about.
Rob's hitting on Kevin Conroy through the microphone. Don't worry about
So we got this movie.
it. So yeah, the movie.
Yep.
So the movie opens up. We get the as you say, it was kind of a
An in joke.
Yeah, a gaff.
It's some pretty slick CGI here of this cityscape. This like Art Deco thing going on here.
Yeah, it is. I guess it is that kind of cell shaded, sort of like super cell shaded.
All right. Now,
Yeah, this was actually they started making this for the series to try and save time and money on doing background shots, but they just didn't end up doing it.
So then this was the sorry, Joe. This was then the black paper.
Well,
that
no,
they
for
colored
this
over.
part we're talking about this was CGI.
Yeah, but I mean, like the movie itself, you could kind of
Oh.
tell because it is a very
I
distinct
believe so. Yeah.
kind of art style. Whereas, like Brian was saying, the further seasons kind of passed over that because it was such a lengthy process to do.
Yeah.
But like originally, the movie, the cartoon was drawn on black paper rather than drawn on white paper. You know, like colored over white paper to give it all the dark kind of gritty.
I think
feel.
this was, but I'm not 100% sure on
I'm
that.
pretty sure. Sorry, Joe. What were you saying?
that's okay. So I don't know any of the names that were on the screen here, but you all know a lot about Batman. I heard that the guy that they said, based on character created by
Bob Kane?
Bob Kane was not the actual guy that came up with Batman.
Well,
They found
There's
allegedly
controversy.
that they
No.
stole it from someone
Bob
else.
No.
Finger.
Bob
Finger.
Kane came up with the idea of Batman,
Uh-huh.
but Bill
Bill
Finger
Finger.
designed the costume and everything.
Okay.
Because originally Bob
Like the
Kane's-
original gray and blue one was Bill Finger?
Yes. Bob Kane's original idea was like it looked more like what actually we see Bruce drawing when he's trying to come up with it. He would just had like a bland cape
I'm
and like
picturing Deflator Mouse from The Tick.
Well, honestly, the
Not that
original,
involved, but
the
yeah.
original, like the old Batman costume, did kind of look like it had like the
It
big,
did,
bigger
yes.
ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like almost like
that's
a
the
gesture
thing.
cap.
Yeah, he came up. Bill Finger came up with all that because originally he kind of looked like a lame version of just like more Superman like. There was nothing really Batman about him.
Like Superman with a cowl kind of deal?
Yeah, not even a cowl. I think it was like a Zorro mask.
Oh.
And Bill Finger was like, you know what? You're gonna call him Batman.
some ears
Let's
on
turn
that
him
bitch."
into a bat. Yeah, let's full bat him
Okay.
out. And like he also helped design and come up with like the Joker and everything.
All
you
right,
know.
so
But
I heard there was some controversy as to like who's the first man again? Bill
Kane.
Bob Kane.
Bob Kane. As to actually him.
All the more
Yeah,
recent,
the
anything
original.
recent you'll see will have both their names now.
Okay.
Yes.
Kind of like
it's actually a really sad story.
Stan Lee is pretty much has the same story with most.
Yeah.
Yes.
most of those Marvel characters.
Yeah, but the difference there being Jack Kirby didn't
Yeah, Jack
die
Kirby,
like
Steve
a,
Ditko. And,
Jack Kirby didn't die a penniless guy in a tiny hotel room.
That's what I heard happened. That,
Yeah.
He did though, didn't he?
No,
Oh no,
I don't believe so.
I could have sworn that was kind of the case.
I mean, he wasn't rolling rich like.
Yeah, wasn't he still a well compensated Marvel employee?
Yeah.
Well,
Probably.
as well as that could be.
And DC for that
Yeah.
matter.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, after this cool intro, we go to the Shady Lady Casino where we got some guys doing some counterfeiting. And we got, what's his name? Chucky Soul.
Chucky's.
Got some counterfeits that you would need an electron microscope to spot that they're counterfeit.
yes.
That's pretty impressive. Like you have to look at the actual atomic level.
Yeah, and not just a marker.
Yeah, or hold it up to the light.
Yeah. Oh, there's
To be fair, you're being told this by Chucky Saul, so it's probably not that true.
Fair enough.
He's made this shit up.
Yeah.
Why does it say
Sounds
bison
good.
bucks on all of these?
So yeah, you get your usual, your Batman crashes through the window. A bunch of guys fire bullets at him, but because he threw the batarang, the bullets are ignored.
Right.
And he just whoops all their asses. Yeah. You get that cool moment where the guy under the table is like reaching for the gun, and Batman steps on the table, turns that guy off. But Chucky Soul, man, he's not afraid to throw his goons in the way of Batman to run away. That's why you hire the goons.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they know what they're getting in
They're
for.
not going to stop Batman. They're just going to keep him busy while you get to your car.
These are fairly high-level goons, I would say. But I mean...
They got their guns out and attempted to shoot them, which
Yeah.
automatically takes them out of Class D for goons.
Right,
They're
but,
not being
I
forced
mean,
to wear some shitty costume like the
Yeah.
penguin goons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're also not trying to, like, stop just some, like, kids on the run, which is what a lot of the goons are up against in these movies. They're actually going up against, like, a trained ninja.
But they're nowhere near the tier of, like, Joker goons, which, A, have branded cool costumes.
True.
B, do fight back against Batman. Some of them whip Batman's ass for a while.
That is true.
Yep.
Yeah, like they're not on that level. But anyway, so this guy runs to the parking lot where we meet the Phantasm.
Those are chocolate chips, not raisins. I'd like to point out.
And the Phantasm just cuts Chucky Soul's gun in half.
Yeah.
With its,
hardcore, like-
yeah.
Cool
Yeah, there's
design
a
on the
big-
Phantasm.
Bladed hand. Mm-hmm. Just cuts through it.
And then, just freaking, like, I forgot how he even gets away. Like, he just gets in his car. No, the Phantasm disappears. Oh, I got shit to say about that in a sec. But,
There's like a car screeching
Yeah.
in the background, and for some reason the
Phantasm's
Phantasm
like-
turns around. I'm like,
who's in that
What the
car? Who gives a damn? Like,
you obviously can disappear.
so now
It's the
Chucky,
only time Phantasm gets tricked in this movie.
Chucky Soul freaking tries to run the Phantasm down. Sorta does it. So then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to finish the job now rather than get away. And yeah, Phantasm disappears. Chucky Soul drives his car off the edge of the parking garage, which is just like a parking skyscraper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And it
That's
just,
mostly what Gotham City
Yeah,
is.
the layout of Gotham City is ridiculous.
now, my complaint for this scene, not really a complaint, but like, Batman was only like 10 steps behind. Chucky
Yeah, what
Soul
was he
on the way out.
doing?
It's like, what the fuck was he doing?
He's planting crack on all of the goons.
Sprinkling crack. Chucky Soul locked the door on his way out, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, you're
I'm
going
kind
away
of
for a
picturing
long
like
time.
Batman like slamming his shoulder against the door and then finally realizes you have to pull it in.
He's just running against the push door.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Calling Alfred and the Oracle, being like, this door. What
No,
is this?
like, you
what
know
is the
what?
secret?
He had just gotten shot at, okay? He needed a few moments to cry and recollect his
happens
thoughts.
every night of his life.
And every time he needs a moment.
Maybe he
just
whooped
gotta
one of
get
those
out.
guys' asses too hard.
That's true.
And he's like,
Are
oh
you
shit, I
actually gonna
broke my
die?"
vow. I killed this guy.
Gotta give him CPR.
he was
for a little
administering
while.
first aid.
I
And his
also want to
defibrillator out of his utility belt.
I also want to say, weirdly enough, I worked at a place that reminded me of this area with this parking garage, where like there was a little bridge from the store to the third floor of the parking garage, and I always thought of this whenever I walked across it.
So Batman was chasing after Chucky Soul, but got distracted by a one-winged seagull,
How?
which allowed
of
the
his,
Phantasm to do all of this shenanigans.
A rogue batarang got this seagull, and he's like, my vow to never kill. Sees it hit the street, and he's like, oh, it's fine. The big semi comes
Maybe I can go over there and save it. Mer, mer. Oh, God damn it.
But anyway, so Chucky Soul ends up driving his car off the fucking ramp, whatever.
Yeah, right into the building.
But like, Batman shows up then.
Yeah. Just in time to be caught by the media.
Yeah, like you see pictures of Batman with this fucking wreck.
Now you meet this guy, not Alfred, Arthur, who I keep thinking, I'm like, wait, are you Alfred?
He's like greasy looking.
yeah, it's greasy looking sleazeball city councilman. It's just like Batman, he's the worst. I hate him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Cops gotta arrest him.
What a poopy guy.
Commissioner Gordon's like, fuck you.
I feel like, is this the only time we see Commissioner Gordon?
Yep.
Man,
Yeah.
He's in
Lame.
it twice.
That's also like my iconic Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
He does when you say fuck you.
And he's like,
You want to what? Fuck you.
Yeah. So
Not as much as he does later, which we'll get into.
so then
I love that.
Arthur's got to go. He gets a call from his lady here, from Andrea. Too many names beginning with A.
Same.
On a plane. I like this style with the art in this movie where everything's like this Art Deco kind of looks like it's like 50s and 60s, but she's calling him from a phone on a plane.
Yeah.
Which, barely can do today.
Batman has a computer.
Yep.
It's like this really weird, like modern, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's modern when it's convenient, which often in movies is shit, but
Well, it looks
Batman
like
does it right.
it looks like a city that was like the place to be in the world at one time, but has since like just totally stagnated.
Kind of frozen in time.
It's like we've progressed but not polished.
Yeah.
It's like the technology's there, but it doesn't look any better.
Yeah, it's like we have this computer, but it's made out of wood.
Yeah, it's 300 times faster, but it still sucks.
You need a cave
Yeah.
for it to go
You
in.
need to
Story
get the
to
house.
date.
It is funny when with the animated series for this, when they introduced Metropolis, it's like the opposite of that. It's like more futuristic looking and like cleaner and all that kind of stuff because of Superman's home or whatever. So it's kind of neat. Then they kept the styles for a little while. Eventually, they merged them together for like the final couple seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork changed quite a bit for those final couple seasons, but the stories were still good.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to take Turkish Airlines to get there.
So now we cut to party at Wayne Manor. We got ladies all over Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of all different kinds.
They're all there for that Adam's apple.
Talking about the N-word engagement.
For a hot second, I
Oh,
thought
the
she
I
said-
word. That's a
The
yeah.
I
I
word,
thought she
yes.
said, I won't say the N word.
Yeah.
For a hot second, I was like, no, she said M word, like marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but for real, don't say the N word around Bruce
Yeah.
either. He gets triggered for some reason.
All right, so this other woman comes up who I
Is that
honestly
Paula
thought
Deen?
was Andrea.
Yeah.
Just throws wine in Bruce's face and is like, he never calls you back.
That is one weird thing about this style. A lot of faces are very, very similar.
Yeah.
Like, very similar.
Part of me wonders if they didn't intend that to be a character and then like scrapped it later. Like maybe it was going to be Selena Kyle or something,
Oh, maybe.
That could be.
Because it just kind of was out of nowhere. But it
Yeah.
could also be just like,
Don't make her the same appearance, same rough appearance.
Same hair color,
as the main female
Yeah,
lead.
Right.
The only issue with this style is like if you're not main characters, they don't do enough to differentiate people from each
Right,
other.
yeah.
So.
it was just like, we just need random girl to explain
I
that
think
Bruce
that's what
Wayne
it
doesn't
is.
commit to anybody.
Because again, this is one of the first times we really get like a Bruce Wayne love story, and the idea is to kind of show like why he does what he does, why he is the way he is, and because they say here like, I bet he's never even thought of marriage, and then as the movie progresses, we find out he certainly has.
Yeah.
It's like he invited you to this damn party. Like, chill.
Yeah, I mean, like even like the little things like the politician who comes up to help him clean his face off says like it's almost as if you pick them intentionally, knowing they
Right.
won't last, and it's like, well, that's exactly what he's doing.
exactly.
Well, okay, so fuck that dude. Because he rolls up to Bruce Wayne. He's like, oh, here's my handkerchief. I'm at your house telling you how much you suck. And then, like, Bruce, like, wipes all the wine off his face and just stuffs it back in his pocket. He's like, right back at you, turd.
Because that guy's worse than Bruce even realized.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm talking to your old lady right now. Like, I'm trying to make something happen there.
Then he's like, I'm going to go in the room and cry over a picture of my painting of my parents.
Yeah.
Pearls.
The pearls.
But we don't see them.
Oh my God.
We see the pearls, but we don't see them get
Can I
ripped off.
tell you how nice it was
Yeah, that
to
urges
not
some
see
points.
Batman's origin story in this movie? Like, we see Batman's origin story, but after he's Batman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we get to see the training, and we don't need to waste Ra's al Ghul as a character to do it. And it's
the other thing, they found a way to like retell that story, but like you don't have to see the crime alley scene again.
Don't have to see
you
the
just see
pearls.
him crying over. He's looking sad at a painting. You see him crying over the gravestone. You get it.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what's going on.
So, on that subject, we now flash back to a run-in at the cemetery between Bruce and Andrea, who is talking to her mom's grave.
Like a crazy person.
Like a crazy person.
She's not talking to it. She's talking like
Conversation.
Yeah, conversation. Like she's hearing responses to. Like it was kind of crazy.
Like a lonely person.
Then Bruce is like, "Oh, hey," and
She does even make a comment about mother's not very talkative today. So
yeah, but at the same time,
well,
like
it's not the blood moon, and I didn't sacrifice a chicken.
I was going to, and this guy interrupted me.
what's she gonna do? Go home where this long-nosed freak is gonna ogle her, and like her father's friends are gonna smack her ass?
Yeah, pretty much. I do have a complaint about the flashbacks in this. They're not quite filtered enough so that you can tell when it's switching back to normal.
I agree.
Well, there's like it is because there are scenes in this movie that are just kind of weirdly blurry for some reason, and then other ones that are clean and.
I will say that again goes into one of the small issues. As much as I love the art style, the small issues with this art style is that's clearly meant to be a younger Bruce, but it's not that clear.
It's like they like.
I think they do a
shaved little
fairly
bit
good
off.
idea because his jawline is completely different. Like his face looks younger.
He's a little skinnier,
it's
but
not
not
bad. Like because I noticed it, but like if you're not paying attention,
It's funny because
you
young
could easily
Bruce
miss
looks more like the later seasons of Batman,
Yes.
where they change the
look,
like
the
the
style.
art style.
The, like new
that.
animated.
But it's like the biggest clue was they kept cutting back to Alfred and like he either had gray hair or black hair. Like,
his mustache is still black.
Some of the cutscenes back to normal, like you don't show either of them in it.
Yeah.
So like there's a couple scenes where Andrew's in the scene, and it goes back to normal, and like you see just you can't tell like are they still in the past or they're back in the future now. Like, I don't know anymore. Like, and that only happens a couple times, but like that's one of the couple.
Well, I'll say, like, my issue comes pretty much right now where, so the scene wraps up, basically. She talks a bunch of shit to Bruce. Bruce is like, oh, I want to hit that. And then, she leaves. And presumably, like, did Alfred just drop him off? I don't know how he got out of the cemetery because there's only one car there. But anyway, so
He
now
probably owns it or something.
it goes to night.
he's gonna call his Uber helicopter.
Yeah. And, it's still pre-Batman doing, doing his vigilante thing. But because it abruptly changed to a different scene, I assumed we were back in the present time. And I just see the shadow swinging on a rope. So I'm like, why is Spider-Man here? And then I see
Because
like,
it's the best movie ever.
yeah, then I see like some goons stealing something. I'm like, was that one of the goons? Because I didn't think it was Batman. Then like Proto-Batman shows up and I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I was still, I thought I was back to present time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it is a little complicated to do this style and have those kind of flashbacks without being more prominent.
Didn't have any trouble.
I didn't have trouble, but like I could see. I mean, like I also don't remember what my thoughts were seeing it the first time as a kid. But well, besides that,
Yeah. What is this feeling in my pants?
but like I could see why it would, it would help to have it be a bit more clear.
So Proto-Batman beats up some goons here, but, not quite as well as modern-day Batman does. They get some shots in.
I will say my favorite part was when he kicks one guy's ass. He goes, yes.
Yeah. We get a pretty cool truck
Face.
chase scene where he's hanging off of the truck as it's driving away, and the fucking cops are just useless. It's
So
just
that's why he becomes Batman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Useless.
That was the
Detective
problem.
Bullock.
Oh yeah,
Or Officer Bullock? I don't
It looked
know.
like Bullock.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Bullock.
it was
before
Bullock.
he
It was definitely
Yeah.
Bullock. It was voiced by the same guy and everything.
before it was a detective.
And I think me and Will both also caught that the sergeant from Freakazoid seemed to be driving the car.
I never watched that show.
No, oh damn!
Where's that crossover? Where's,
I feel like that was it.
It's drawn by the same guy.
No, I mean,
so
where's
it could be
Freakazoid
him.
in the DCEU?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Friggin' Ryan Reynolds.
God.
So now, he basically stops the truck just right before it almost crashes against the wall with him on the front of it. Now, if Batman gets crushed by the truck against the wall, would he be Splatman or Flatman?
All right.
Joe, I think you're going to have to die alone on this hill.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I think it depends on the damage.
Okay.
If it's going fast enough, he's Splatman.
Splatman Crothers.
Just kind of like
Yeah.
crushed against it. It's Flatman.
Yeah, okay.
Why would Batman be crushed by the truck, though? It's Batman. He gets out of the way.
Well, he can't be Batman anymore at that point. He's failed. He's Batman.
Chunky
But Batman doesn't fail,
slob.
so that's
Your angel of death awaits. Oh, guys, sorry. I hear death coming for me.
All right, so
I think he's coming for this joke.
anyway,
It's coming from my arteries.
That's what they say at Taco Bell when you drive up.
we get some that just comes out the drive-through.
No, Will. I have a very lovely attendant at Taco Bell. What she lacks in teeth, she makes up for in person.
And fire packets.
Yeah,
Free fire packets.
pretty much.
That should just be what they do. And now pull up and your angel of death awaits. What would you like?
Now we cut to like the next day, and Bruce is doing some jujitsu training on his lawn.
Like
Still
Blake
young
tight.
Bruce. Yeah, and this is not. It's not animated well. Like the animation style's cool, but like I don't know what he's doing there, but it's not jujitsu.
He's doing
More high
punches.
karate.
Yeah. Well, this was back before, it was customary when you were animating martial arts to actually have a martial artist come and show
Yes.
you what it would look like.
Yeah, there's no Sifu in this
Yeah.
credits.
So,
Oh, Avatar.
I also
Yeah.
Oh, Avatar.
Oh, I love Avatar. I also, if I'm not mistaken, believe this was intended to be part of the animated series, and it was decided to be made into a full-length film later on. So that could have something to do with it.
all right. So, yeah, Andrea comes over, like, he's like, I know martial arts. And she's like, well, I know martial arts, and throws him to the ground. And he's like, well, I'm going to throw you to the ground and hold you there until we start making out.
That's
And
right.
Alfred's coming out with some lemonade,
Yeah.
and he's quickly like, all righty then.
All right.
Going back
So-
Yeah, he's got her in the makeout hold.
All right,
Turn
so
around.
time to get the forget me now.
Yeah.
in. He just brings out a tray. We made the joke,
Yeah.
like he just brings out a
And
tray
by
of
the-
condoms
By the
and
looks of it,
leaves
a
it
morning
on
after pill.
Oh, Jesus.
and like a taxi service card and leaves it on the patio.
Man,
He's got like
Yeah.
a little cart just set up for this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
if
here's your morning
only
after pill.
romance
Here's
of the
your
ladies was
condom.
just holding them down to submitted to your will.
Is that the problem I've been having with my marriage all this time?
Unfortunately, some people still think that is.
Because I can't overpower my wife.
You cannot.
I like in some people's heads when they say "Make America Great Again." This is what they mean.
Whoops.
I'm sure.
Scissor kick that woman.
That's true. Yeah, it's just like I'll just hold you down
The
until
view
we
set.
make out.
Here, where's the mute button?
All right.
I'm not saying I believe that.
The trolls are going to come for us.
Oh no.
All right.
Whatever.
So now
Are they
we're
subscribing now?
now we're
gotta
back
find
in
us
the
first.
present day.
Yeah.
And we get I don't know what the name of this the heavier mob boss that was is that Buzz Bronski?
Yes.
Okay.
Buzz Bronski.
Buzz Bronski's in the cemetery.
What is happening?
We are under attack by right now.
By an EDM festival.
Yeah, it's a bass line is getting slowly louder and louder.
They're about to
It's
storm.
the Phantasm.
They're about to storm Area 51.
So, yeah, he's going to visit someone's grave, and the Phantasm comes for him.
Well, he's going to Chucky
Chucky
Soul's
grave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
to talk shit about Chucky Soul.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, he was like,
Go-
you suck.
go
You were a
piss
piece of
on his
shit.
corpse.
Well, he's a mobster. They're tentative friends.
Wow.
so,
All right then.
Yeah.
Phantasm chases after this dude.
Hunger has the hippos.
He runs and runs until he falls into an open grave and is then crushed by a statue.
By his own
Phantasm's
weight,
fucking
really.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is the suit maker strong? What are?
Yeah.
What's her training?
I
Questionable here.
feel like she probably found a simple lever.
She talked to enough NPCs to get the note in the quest that there's the gargoyle statue that's loose that you just have to push down on
Take
There you go.
right at her wedding.
I
take
thought
the
maybe she
gravedigger's shovel and
Yeah.
Or, I mean, maybe the power bracelet was in the graveyard the whole time.
That's possible.
She can now
Yeah.
lift and throw pots.
So you know the first
Large
time I
size rocks.
played that,
Mhm.
I didn't pay attention. when
Oh,
I was
yeah,
telling
I
that,
didn't either.
and I was just trying to shoot them, and like I kept getting murdered. Like,
That makes it so much easier. You're on the ramparts and everything. You could just run out, run right out of the town. All right. Anyway,
Bunch of nerds.
Skyrim. Sorry.
so
Bunch of nerds.
yeah, he gets crushed by a statue. Arthur's like, oh, God, it had to be Batman. Fucking arrest that dude. And
Who else
second
could it
and
be?
last time you'll see Commissioner
No.
Gordon.
To be fair, they do see a cloaked figure running away.
But it's Gotham. It's like everyone's like a
It was
close
like
figure.
90.
Also, in this movie,
It's true.
everyone has a revolver that fires at the rate of an automatic weapon. And has the capacity of one as well.
They have bump stocks or whatever.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
But it's funny because everyone is just like, Jesus, like quick draw over here.
I remember in the credit or the opening scene for the animated series, there's like that famous scene where all the bad guys have like the Tommy guns. That's like another one of those like
Bang, bang, bang.
what decade is it? You know.
Although I figured this is just kind of a like someone somewhere is like, all right, we made them all automatic fire because we know none of you are going to hit shit anyway, so might as well throw as many bullets at it as possible. It's your only chance.
Listen, you got those Koreans trying to draw those flare, those muzzle
God,
fire
no.
with their crinkled hands. Who smacked the
That
table?
scared me.
It's just like
I almost sharted that. That scared me.
What happened?
We'll bend the table to get you to shut up.
Oh, well, first of all, shame on you for thinking that was going to work.
All right.
You have to hit him, not the table.
Yeah, not the table.
Commissioner
It's a little
Gordon.
far away, though.
Commissioner Gordon says something.
So, yeah, this guy wants Batman arrested. Commissioner Gordon, again, is like, fuck you. And then he's like, I'm out of this movie. I don't even care.
Going on vacation.
It's like, here, take this stupid bat signal, see how that works.
Bullock, you're in charge.
That's right here. He is literally just like, Batman didn't do it because he doesn't do that. And I'm just like, based on what, dude? Like, I need some proof, man. But, yeah, he's just like, you know what? It's on you guys. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't care. And they're like, all right, let's go give him a call, see what happens.
I like that they do the bat signal. Like, they think he's not going to look at who's there before he shows up. Like, he's just going to swing by and like, oh, damn, you caught me.
Yeah, every criminal in Gotham hasn't tried this one before.
Just Bullock there with the light on, and he's surrounded by bear traps. And we're good, guys. As soon as he lands.
This will totally work.
He's just hypnotized by it like a moth. He just wanders in. Oh, you lit the signal. What's up, guys?
Yeah. So,
See that? That's all right.
It's an
that
audio
was Tony
medium.
attempting to emulate a moth.
Well, it was more like a little cute little bumblebee.
Yeah. It's a little bumble Tony.
Whatever.
All right.
That Voltron's pretty badass.
So, now we flash back, and Bruce and Andrea are going on a date to Future World, which is very much like like Tomorrowland in the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
What was the...
We were talking about how Tomorrowland and Disney should turn a portion of it into the Stark Expo, and it would be pretty cool.
Brick had the suggestion it should be referred to as Yesterdayland because its futurism is so off.
I mean, yeah.
Nice.
But Brick's also an idiot, though.
Yeah.
Brick's actually super smart.
I mean, in the way that Rain Man was smart.
No, he's like, his mind is like a laser with a really terrible targeting system. Like,
True.
it's never
And a terrible battery.
like, yeah, it's intense when
And
it
no
hits,
lens.
but it's not hitting what it's aiming at.
It's rarely aimed at all.
No,
Anyway.
I think it's always aimed, just not always at what's
Usually just inward.
Yeah.
No, like,
Anyway.
it's on
All
something. Just might not be what you need.
Back at the eyes of the operator. So
Anyway,
But yeah, there's also like I think it was the 33 World's Fair
something
or
like
whatever.
that.
Like the kind of thing.
It's like the New York World's Fair.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm referencing.
right,
like,
but since there's no actual there's no dedicated time that this takes place in. Like they never mention a year.
Oh yeah.
So it could be just whatever.
He's just younger. That's all that matters.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
just
I'm referring to it, equating it to an actual thing that
And
that
he
was his style. Anyway.
Yeah, he sees this one car, the automobile of the future, this like maroon Batmobile, and he gets the face like when Rob has the Reese's Pieces cake that he makes, like it's like the face I give that. I'm just like immediate boner. He's just like, oh god,
I love
that.
it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be mine one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could just buy that if you wanted to, though. Like, Bruce fucking Wayne.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the cake.
Do both.
Probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
he could come in here and buy us all cake.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, took a weird turn. All right, no,
Sorry.
but yeah, I think
Sorry.
obviously
His brief intermission by Michael Scott.
Well, I'm just picturing like he's there and we're like, "Hey, Batman," and then the room fills with smoke, and then he's gone, and we all have cake.
Ooh.
Thank you, Batman.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Mask of the Cake Tasm.
I would have a cake tasm.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. But yeah, the idea here is obviously, a young Bruce is getting some ideas for a possible Batmobile.
Yep. And then, he goes and he meets Andrea's father. And then, Andrea's father has, what's his name? Salvatore Valestra cuts in, blows smoke around. Just
Yeah, again, isn't that the Cake Boss?
I didn't watch that show.
yeah,
nobody-
I haven't either.
Yeah, I didn't.
But
But yes.
It was too big of a tease. I couldn't watch it.
I didn't watch the Cake Boss, but I'm fucking familiar
Yeah,
with his
if a
dumbass.
show is on Food Network, or is it all about cake?
It's on TLC, so it's not even on
Yeah, no, but
Food Network.
I hate cake shows. I love cake.
yeah.
Cake, I love.
You just don't like to see it made.
I hate people getting all judgy about someone's cake. I love you all cake.
Oh, like if
love
it's a
all
like
of
if it's a competition, you're just
Yeah,
like I'll
those
eat it
are
all.
The fucking worst. I hate them.
I mean,
I hate them so much.
Can't really get into those myself. But
I mean, the British baking show is pretty good because
Oh, I hate that one.
Really?
The one with no Fielding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I
they're
don't
more
watch those shows.
positive than some of the other ones, but it's still they're just like
Holy shit!
What was it?
that was a seagull.
It's the happening, but it's all seagulls.
I'm legit wondering if that
Birdemic.
didn't sound. It didn't sound loud enough to be my neighbor's motorcycle falling over. But
No.
that would be,
Ooh, that would be
pretty
great.
funny. There's probably a tree falling on whatever's left of this apartment building. We're all
Anyway.
gonna die.
Yeah, I don't like
right.
cake shows. I don't like Salvatore Valestra. He comes in and he just like steals the happy moment of Bruce meeting,
that was
what he's
sad.
hoping to be his father-in-law. And then he goes outside and there's an old man who just appears to have just his valuables on a table. Like he's just checking his inventory or something. Maybe it was a store. I don't know.
It was like Three Card Monty.
yeah, it was a panhandler.
I didn't see that. I just saw it looked like he just like he's like got to check everything in my my bag here.
Let me just stop in the middle of the road, set up a table.
I also have this table.
Did I miss this scene?
Yeah, so now a biker
With the
gang
motorcycles.
comes and they're like, all right,
Oh
we're gonna take
yeah,
all
okay, the
shit.
biker gang.
He looks like Mario.
It was a penguin.
It's my valuables.
Penguin origin story.
Come and look at my wares.
They broke his precious moments penguin figurine.
You already killed my monkey. Please leave me alone.
He's got the organ grinder. That's the origin story for the evil organ grinder for Batman Returns.
Like DC Comics, like that's
be.
how they got like a lot of origin stories for like rich dumb shit like that. Like Kite Man.
At least if you killed the person's favorite monkey, that's somewhat legit. That's like a thing that he had a strong emotional.
That's
bond
like John
with that he
Wick.
needs to- yeah, that's like John Wick.
What is the Kite Man origin story?
They changed it to where
I don't care what they changed it to. I mean the OG.
I believe it was he was a thief. He was a thief that was trying to escape from something, and he got caught up in another criminal's issue, some bullshit, whatever.
I think so.
And like he liked kites when he was in prison or something like that, and then he got out and became Kite Man. Or something.
Just
It's
like
I thought it was going to be he
I'm
fell
just
in a vat at the
Yeah,
kite factory.
no, I think it was just something where like he got caught because he was like on a rooftop or something and he couldn't get away. And then in prison he started playing with kites.
like, yeah.
So he was like, "Well,
Kites.
next time I'll be a kite and I'll
Yeah,
fly away."
like that.
Not,
That's it.
So not gliders, not parachutes, just
Nope,
kites. All right, cool.
I'm just picturing like he spent his life savings on some sort of like kite shop, and he had them all out blowing around. And then Batman came by with a bat wing with a little clicker. Took them all like they're the fucking Joker's balloons.
The thing is, like, he was a criminal, so he couldn't get a real job. His life savings weren't enough to get real kites. He just got those plastic, terrible ones from the dollar store. They're all like, "Oh yeah, I'm Kite Man. This is my Ninja Turtle kite.
This is my
just-
kind of kite.
Yeah.
Love the image
shocked.
of Batman coming by with the Batwing and taking them.
Yeah.
all.
He's like,
But just
is that Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
like
it
he
was
thought
a-
it was the Joker doing something evil or something like
Have
that.
My Little Pony on there.
Oh shit! I just took a man's kites.
But these are the people that gave
Sorry,
us
Kite Man.
that gave us what animal, mineral, plant man, or plant and animal, whatever. It's a dude who is part human, part plant, part mineral, and part T-Rex or Velociraptor or something.
What?
Yeah, he's got one Velociraptor on his shoulder, like one leg is like a tree trunk.
Ooh.
Or no, one
is
arm
there-
is like a celery stalk. I think.
Is there an issue where Batman knocks him the F out and goes, well, it looks like you're all vegetable from here on out, pal.
I don't believe so.
I
don't
Or he
know
tells him,
how
hang
much
on to your
Batman
butt and
fought.
throws him off a bridge.
Batman just turns a mirror on him and is just like, "Look at you,
Look at yourself.
What
look at your choices."
What are you doing?
Which, by the way, I love. Part of the reason this is, big in my mind right now is he has shown up in Doom Patrol.
Yep.
And it's such a great part because it is just making fun of how terrible he is. I think his last appearance in it, you see footage of him. You hear about him getting arrested. You see footage of him trying to rob a store, and his Velociraptor head is just like not having it and starts biting him. So he gets the clerk gets the one up on him. Like it's awesome.
Okay.
Man Bear Pig.
So now
It is Man Bear Pig.
crime time over here is interrupted by Bruce. And like he's doing good for a little while till one of these two bikers is like, we're gonna play a game of Road Rash,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna come at you with this baseball bat on the motorcycle
They shatter a wooden baseball bat
right across his abs.
across his, across his
No,
gut.
okay.
And did-
Let me explain something to you. Not across his cut. He was like, I'm going to break up this robbery and I'm going to get laid. That bat broke straight across his boner. It was like, I am rock
He doesn't have a
hard.
hard on
You
for
cannot.
justice.
You cannot. Yeah.
Did they,
Justice.
did they intentionally make it look so that he like glanced over to Andrea before that so that he made it seem like he was off his game, or did I just
I think
like,
so.
Okay. So it's like she was
Yeah, 'cause
he was worried about her, therefore he got his
Yeah,
ass
later
kicked.
on when he's kind of struggling with it, he's thinking about, like I can't do this if I have someone waiting for me, and I think that's kind of foreshadowing. from
Yeah,
that.
so later on he's back with Alfred and he's like, man, they clubbed me right in my boner. It's like I wanted to
Alfred's
I wanted to
let
seal
me
a deal
take
with
care of that.
Andrea. I got to choose between this crime fighting lifestyle and this being with the girl here.
And Alfred's like,
My
well,
boner just can't handle both.
here's an alternative. You could stop being a bitch.
I don't believe that's what he says.
That was
No,
a
he
direct
said-
quote.
He said, I put diapers on your little bottom.
He does say that.
How about
I
you
put diapers on your bottom.
And I don't mean to keep doing it, so how about you stop being a little baby?
Well, yeah, that's the real thing. He's like, dude, I'm not going to be the one to wipe your ass in like another 5 years when you can't move your
Right.
spine or whatever anymore.
Alfred
So-
does not give a shit in this movie. He's like, whatever.
He's just telling him
Some
like
people
it is.
just want to see the world.
Technically,
burn.
I haven't received a
Get married.
paycheck
Yeah.
in 20 years.
Get married.
Just free
before you're
room
in
and
a
board.
wheelchair.
So now Batman figures out who the Phantasm's next target is from this. He's like, all right, I gotta go save her dad here. And then he goes to, I guess this used to be where they would hang out, and sees a pic of Chucky Soul, Buzz Bronski, Salvador Valestra, and
Buzz
Carl
Bronski.
Beaumont together. And there's a curious looking henchman in the back who
He's got a
I don't think we've gotten
pinky.
no, that's about,
Did we do the explosion in Valestra's place yet?
No.
no, that happens like
He's about to
It's
figure it
like
out.
right
quite
about to
soon.
happen.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
The henchman with the curious
we did
face.
skip Andrea figured out who he is.
Yeah. I think that comes up.
I mean,
It was at,
No,
it
that
was at the
was-
cemetery. She figured it out.
she
Yeah.
kind of already knew, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, you probably
All right. So now,
at least suspect.
yeah. So now we flash back again to when Bruce asks Andrea to marry him, and then a shitload of bats just come flying out of Bruce's.
Congratulations!
Now just a freaking hole in the ground. Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, I didn't know that was there.
Jesus,
Like,
it's supposed
we
to be
must walk right into
streamers.
that.
And then like pitch black broke out for like an hour.
They lift him up in the air.
Yeah.
Pearls start falling.
Yeah, I cut her in half and flew off with
That
the
would be
pieces.
great if he was like, damn, those are really supposed to be doves. I don't know.
Vin
Somebody
Diesel,
fucked something up.
Vin Diesel was like, it's 1993, you want to buy some street sharks?
They ate all the bats, Master Wayne. I mean, they ate all the doves. Anyway, so
See that seagull.
yeah. So he goes and he takes Andrea back home, and she's
Seagull,
gonna go.
That's Joe's next thing. I've seen stuff. I've seen a seagull with one wing.
Yeah,
It changed me.
There'll be no
one
more
time.
no more seagulls will die on my watch. I am
one-winged
gold
seagull.
Joe goes around dressed as a seagull with one wing. I will defend all seagulls that
I
land
have-
in the road.
I have like a bulldozer or steamroller shaped like a seagull that I run cars over with.
There you go. Seagull!
So, I'm just thinking
Would you-
about that
would you-
damn seagull.
Would you play? So would your theme song be "One Winged Angel"?
Yes, yes, it would.
or a flock of seagulls.
All right, so now drops Andrea off back home where this curious-looking henchman is standing outside the door. And then she's basically like, I have to go, my planet needs me, and sends him the ring back and fucking disappears. And he's just like, that's it. Now I'm the Bat.
Bruce Wayne is dead.
Yeah.
I'm only Batman.
Well, you also see this is happening while he's exploring the what will become the Bat Cave that he's just found. Like he just pops out of that and he's like, "There's a cool cave under here," and Alfred's like, "Your life's ruined."
He's like, Alfred, there's almost enough room for a computer down here.
He's also trying to figure out if he's going to become Space Ghost or not.
So yeah, so now we see he dons the cowl and everything and becomes Batman.
Very cool scene.
Yep.
Bruce is dead.
And then we cut to Salvador Valestra here in present day is going to meet the Joker, and you're like, "Oh, the Joker's in this movie."
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Kinda
You were excited?
surprised about that? Well, I don't have. I hear Mark Hamill's Joker is like the Joker, so and I don't have a lot of experience with it. So I was like, "Oh, right, cool. I want to see some Mark Hamill Joker," and it didn't disappoint.
This isn't even one of the better ones.
Then he hires the Joker. And the Joker immediately just kills him and stuffs his corpse.
Make a deal with the devil.
Well, we also get the sense that they have some kind of history together. Mm-hmm. But he
And
immediately
also a
kills.
sense that Joker's banging that robot, that female.
Oh, yeah, that comes later. But yeah,
You get
yeah.
the
She's
beginnings of it.
She's not always holding that knife. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
She's using that hand motion with something
You
else.
didn't get that till later. I immediately got that from her first introduction.
All right, well,
Like, he is.
I think that says more about you than the movie.
No, he was a little too comfortable with that thing.
Picking the skin off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Save that
he-
for later.
If it wasn't the pinching the cheek till the skin ripped off, it was the saving the skin in his pocket for later. I was like, what is he doing with this robot?
I like how he throws him in the roller coaster,
Corn nibblets.
right, and just lifts the safety bar up, slams it down on him, then
Then gets in it.
gets in it, which would have just pushed the safety bar like right into this guy's crotch.
Yep.
But then, like the next scene, the safety bar is under him. The person I was watching this with was like, "How the hell did that work?" And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that bar does not lock." Just like, all you want. Anyway, so now we cut to Batman in the present day is confronting Andrea, who's just like, "Get the fuck out of here," and then cries.
Well, like she basically tells him because she's like he says something about her her parents, and she's like the only one who's ruled by their parents right now is you.
Yeah.
And it's like I know the fuck you are.
Get the fuck out of
The
here.
cowl looks funny on you.
He's like, I gotta go.
Well, yeah, because Batman at this point is suspecting that her father, Stacy Keach, I don't know his name in this,
Carl Beaumont.
Carl Beaumont, like, he's the Phantasm. He thinks he's behind it all because he's the one thing connecting all these mobsters that have been dying together.
Is this when he's in her apartment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and she comes back from the date with that sleazy dude. Arthur, and totally, like, makes out with him because she knows Batman was watching. Like, that's fucked up.
Sees, oh yeah, that's the thing, like, the way he looked lurking in the shadow as she closed the door, it was like, oh, sad Batman.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because you see, like, she looks in, sees the windows open, then she's like, oh, I gotta go, and, like, lays this big kiss on him. Like, she knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh, that's right,
Batman's
too.
a damn creeper.
Batman,
Well, yes.
he was totally, like, Superman Returnsing on this, on them, on their date.
Yeah.
Like...
And he does the same thing in Batman vs. Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Not the bad one, the good one. The cartoon one. World's Finest. Or
World's
whatever it's
Finest.
called.
So, now...
that one, he's got way more game.
So he's like, I gotta go, see Salvador Valestra. But, of course, not before the Phantasm gets there.
Yep.
And the Phantasm goes to, confront him. And, like, pulls the newspaper down from in front of him, and there's just a camera in his chest.
And he has the Joker
Yep.
gas laugh face on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This was fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, even now, it was just like, oh, that's...
And, yeah, and, like, it's a time bomb. Bomb blows up the whole house. Phantasm, of course, goes to slip away. Batman, like, jumps in front of him.
Well, if I could just say, I like the Joker's line here. He's, because he's surprised it's not Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He was so excited thinking he drove Batman crazy and started killing people. So he was surprised to see this wasn't Batman. He's like, well, soon you'll have your face all over Gotham, as well as your intestines, your starts
Your
listing
spleen.
stuff off while the explosion goes off.
It is a little interesting to me that he was like, all right, I finally drove Batman crazy. I guess it's time to end this. Let's just blow him up.
Well, but for
Game's
Batman,
over.
though, like, he knows that's not going to work.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's all part of the game. It's like, this might kill him, it might not. Whatever.
Batman's like, my name is the title of the movie. Explosions don't work on me.
Plus-
fuck you.
Plus, we're getting into it more now, but the idea is there is a history between these people and the Joker. So the Joker is going to be next on his list if Batman is killing him off. So
Yeah.
he's trying to get a jump on him.
So, Batman and Phantasm have a little bit of a tussle, and this is one thing that bothered me. The Phantasm just sets off a little smoky bomb and disappears. And, like, you do that every day, Batman. Like, every day.
Yeah. You know where all the
Yeah.
exits are. You know the possible escape routes.
Well, that and, like, because he immediately gets in trouble, and it's like, you do this just do it right now. Just do exactly what she just did, and you're fine. Because, like, yeah, either you would know where the Phantasm went, or you would just be able to do that and get away from the cops. But you do neither of those things.
But, like, the way they animate her shit, like, it's like an actual teleport.
It's just magic.
There's
And
no
it's
way.
the weirdest
Yeah.
shit.
It's not like, because they'll have Batman, like, disappear into shadows, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, there's a little smoke.
Like
and
Mysterio.
now
Well,
it's
that's what I was
not
It's
saying.
there.
never
Like,
explained.
When
how
Batman does it,
it
it's
works
somewhat
either.
practical. It's like someone looks the other way, or the smoke is there, and when it clears. But like, she straight up earlier in this movie, someone threw a stick at her, and she threw a
just
little
went through
smoke,
her.
and it went right through her. Like, how the
they
fuck
shot,
did you do
and
that?
just
How
bullets just went straight.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Harvey Dent, can we trust him? There's nowhere for me to go. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fuzzy
It's
math for
magic.
sure.
Yeah.
It's fucking
So-
mad.
It's never explained.
All right. So now the police are like, oh, it was Batman. Let's get him.
And because Commissioner Gordon's on vacation, they finally send like
Everyone.
the full force at him.
And, like, everyone's got the full automatic revolver. So there's like, brah, brah, brah. Bullets are flying everywhere. Like,
We got the SWAT team on the bat plane.
the orange
Yeah, they're
SWAT
like
van
hammering.
shows up with the yeah, and that was the other thing. Batman's like, oh, I'll go back to my plane. There's guys like jacking,
Yeah.
like it's up on cinder blocks now.
There's one dude just banging at the windshield with the butt of his rifle.
Like, you in there? You in there,
Yeah,
Batman?
the radio's gone. Like he's just like, fuck.
It's like what the super.
Yeah,
Yeah. His Corvette or whatever it was.
And you're like, come on, man, this is Batman. That shit doesn't happen to him. Like, shouldn't the bat plane like fly away if people dick with it or something?
Like
electrocute them.
Yeah, usually something like that. But
it landed on a rooftop, so it's a VTOL. It should just like go to him when he calls for it. I don't know.
The only thing I could think here is maybe he's like, there's dudes on there. I don't want them to die. So
maybe
I'm not going to do anything right
but
now.
have it turn on and make a bunch of noise. I guarantee you'll get off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, there's too many people around it. If you turn that on, those engines are going to burn somebody alive or something. Or,
so
who knows?
So I guess he's like, fuck it. I guess that's gone now.
Yeah, just, I'll deal with that later.
But that's the least of his problems because SWAT team launches like a flashbang up there, and that actually it's super effective. That takes him down. He's bleeding, so he has to get out of here by what you call it. He uses the old put my cowl and cape on a sawhorse trick, and like
that wasn't just a flashbang. Some idiot shot into a construction.
Oh, that's
site.
right. Yeah, it hit like a acetylene tank or something. So the she shoots his little grappler onto the helicopter, and like his his cowl and his freaking and his hood are on a sawhorse, so that gets all shot up. So now Batman's running around not disguised anymore.
Yeah. Which also, like, when they're firing at his cape as it's going up, it's like they just keep firing at it. Like, it's going towards one of your helicopters. Like, that can't be safe.
It's just not a good look for Batman. Well, it's Bruce Wayne now, but it's just, I'm like, damn, you're better than this.
And this is another thing we were talking about where it's like, you have all this shit in your utility belt, but no kind of like backup mask for the scenario.
Yeah.
Because this has happened more than once.
Just a smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb. I mean, he doesn't need a smoke bomb at this point. Nobody's near him, but
just, a zip line, anything.
Well, yeah, the zip.
Call the Batmobile.
But instead of the Batmobile, he gets Andrea shows up.
Yeah,
in her
he
little
gets
red Corvette.
Buttmobile. You know what I'm saying?
And that's like the equivalent of just calling fair escape in a LARP, because it's like the cops would still just chase that.
Right.
Or write
Yeah,
down
they're
their license
gone.
plate.
Yeah.
There was still a helicopter.
I mean,
over there.
Did you see Detective Harvey Bullock? He was sweaty as hell. He's not chasing anything.
Well, he would have stopped, but others probably would have pursued it.
It's like Chief Wiggum over there trying to keep up.
So now,
He's one double stack away from Mr. Creosoting himself to death.
I'd rather 1,000 criminals escape and then chase them.
so should we call it? They just go back to Wayne Manor. And she's like, oh, I had to leave because of my dad and the mob debts and all that. And he's like, I forgive you, baby. And they get it on. And Alfred again does the lemonade move.
How many times?
It's so dirty.
It sounds so terrible.
Alfred does the lemonade move.
How many times is Alfred just like, oh, Master Wayne is home. I'm gonna bring him his evening tea, and he's like, oh, I walked in on something I should not have seen. Every night, probably.
Well, then
I was saying,
he knows Bruce is good, so he goes back to his quarters and does the lemonade move.
I guess I'll get the bleach in 409 instead.
well, let's say, like, he's probably like, this is much better than when I've walked in on you with Selena Kyle or Talia
Poison
Ghul,
Ivy.
Poison Ivy, Dick Grayson.
All of the above at the same time.
Oh. I
Clay-
like the idea.
Clayface.
I mean,
A couple different times.
Master Wayne allows my lemon parties. I suppose I shouldn't judge his.
Yeah, we're talking about Alfred. Like, he's going back to do the lemonade maneuver. Or is that like something Bruce calls in? Like,
Yeah, that's
Alfred, the lemonade maneuver.
Alfred Lemonade. That's like the sock on the.
Well, no, that's
doorknob.
it's got the roofie in it, so he's like, that's the last resort.
He's-
No,
because
it's put a tarp down.
Well, here's what happens.
It.
Alfred. Yeah, here's the thing.
That I believe.
Alfred walks in on the middle of it, and then Bruce is like, "Well, I mean, one person's already seen it. What's the harm if we just videotape it now, right?"
I want to piss on you.
Yeah. Speaking of lemonade, like, do you want some?
That or somebody's like, Alfred, bring the pearls.
Bring in Bruce Wayne's doo-doo butt.
Bring the pearls in the wig, Alfred.
Yeah, I can't get off until someone rips some pearls off your neck.
He opens a closet and there's like Rows and rows of purple.
He
I
just,
have to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
it's like, Alfred, I can only last about 15 seconds. You need to come in the room under 14 seconds so I can edge this out a little bit.
All right. Ow. I apologize for the direction.
Oh,
Yep.
This has
No.
gone.
It was fine.
I took it there. Anyway,
It was
so
okay at first.
yeah, so now
That's what she
Batman looks at the the next day Batman looks at the picture of the four mobsters, and in the background that curious looking henchman, he just gets a marker out and doodles on him a little bit, and oh my god, it's the Joker.
He just draws a smiley face on him.
Yeah. Holy crap. Another Joker origin thing that we didn't want.
This one I'm okay with. This is more, we're not getting into the actual origin of what made him Joker.
Well, yeah, he was a young Joker. He wasn't a full-fledged.
Yeah,
he was just a mobster.
He's just a hitman. So
Now he's a psycho.
He was just a happy guy.
They're going kind of along the same lines as the 89 Burton movie. They're like kind of fitting it into that same framework.
yeah, because you don't know what happened to him, but like after like the in between time.
Like, this stands alone from the animated series, right? They never reference any of this in the animated series, right?
They don't
They
reference
really
it.
don't.
Yeah, it
no.
really is its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, Joker never gets an origin story in the animated series because he doesn't need one.
I think they halfway tried to one of the seasons, but it wasn't a real thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just more like almost like with the Dark Knight Returns, where it's just like you get a story, but you don't know if any of it's real.
yeah,
And you don't need one.
Yes.
So,
Because you're talking about the one with the actually Harley's story, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah, because he starts telling stuff. and
Yeah, like how his dad beat him and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's again, it's what Joker is telling you. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. So now the Joker pays a visit to Councilman Arthur. Reminds everyone that Arthur's, dirty too. He sold out Mr. Beaumont to get the money for his first campaign. So Joker gives him the old laughing gas. So now, Arthur's freaking out.
He's in crazy town.
He's going to crazy. Yeah, he just basically laughs himself to death in the hospital.
Did he laugh himself to death?
No.
Or I don't know if he laughed himself to death.
No,
but he
because
was-
Things weren't looking good
in.
when we left him, but
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would have to be after Batman left, but yeah, I think he's.
I mean, isn't
alive.
that ultimately the outcome of Joker's gas, though?
a lot of times.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? He laughs himself out of the film.
Correct.
Yes.
he's in a padded cell somewhere.
But yeah,
Alright.
he's alive long enough for Batman to question him and find
Yeah.
out, the whole deal.
So Batman goes to Andrea's apartment again, and how does he find it? Like Joker just calls it the apartment, right? Yeah. And
Well, yeah, Joker's just trying to kill Andrea
Yeah.
now. So, but Batman happens to pick up the phone.
He's there looking in her closet, in her drawers
some
and stuff.
Weird
Yeah,
ass
sniffing through her panties.
helicopter missile is coming in. And,
It's a Joker thing.
and it just blows the fucking apartment up.
Well, it's also a clue to where he needs to go next. Because as Joker says on the phone, the plane of tomorrow is going to be your death today or something like that. And it's one of the planes
Yeah.
from the World's Fair thing.
Mm.
And somehow this is, we get the flashback of, at this point, the Joker was that henchman, and he was the one that actually did the deed and killed Andrea's father after Arthur had sold him out. And Batman figures that out somehow. I forgot how. But basically, now we know Andrea's the Phantasm, and this sets up the final showdown.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure interrogating Arthur
Yeah.
told him everything that happened, including the Joker killing.
Yeah, I think so.
And-
Which also, again, a little touch that I just love is how insane the Joker, just like, not just insane, but like how cold he is. And again, beautifully done. She comes up, she sees him there. She's like, oh God, what did you do? Drops the groceries she was carrying, goes in, you just hear her scream, so you know he's dead, even though we don't see it. But like an apple rolls down the stairs, and as the Joker's leaving, he just grabs it and starts eating it like nothing. I think he like polished it on his shirt a little first, and then just started eating it. Like
I think spilled apples in movies are the sign of death or something.
something like that.
No, I think this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Is that why the death thing like apples in Death Note?
Maybe.
He loved apples.
Could be. Yes, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if that was
It
part
could
of it.
be.
Or
I just
not,
know that's
but
a
yeah.
movie trope, like when you spill
Yeah,
a
when
bag
fruit
of
falls
apples or
that,
like
yeah.
For Andrea, it was the day the Joker came to her house and killed her father. For the Joker, it was Tuesday.
Indeed.
So
And he did get paid in bison bucks also.
Of course.
So now we get this final showdown in the old the world of tomorrow, which is a really cool environment to have a final showdown.
Well put together.
Yeah, and so I thought the Phantasm, because Phantasm so far has been billed as this like unstoppable force. So I thought the Phantasm was going to roll in here and just slap Joker around, and then Batman was going to have to come in and be like, "No, think of the children" or something. But
Think of think of the robot dog and the robot children.
But no, the Joker is not a fucking pushover. He like
Slaps her with that
she
baloney.
comes
And
in, she's like, "I got a knife hand." He's like, "I got an acid flower."
And I have no qualms about punching you right
Yeah.
in the face
And he's-
multiple times.
Yeah, he's got a big thing of baloney, and I'm like, "Oh, I hope someone gets hit with that." And do not get disappointed. He fucking just clocks her right across the face.
It's like the best part is he's getting knocked back on the table.
Yeah.
And it's like you see a knife and the bologna thing. You just know.
Yeah. He's going for the bologna.
Used.
Yeah, and he beats the shit out of her afterwards. At this point, she took off her mask to reveal it's her.
Immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
He's like, fuck that. I know who you are. And she's like, all right, I don't need this.
She like kicks the shit out of the Jetsons knife robot thing coming at her.
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah.
Well, she also kicks him right in the balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
In a well-framed dick kick.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it was great.
But, Joker has the home field advantage, and he certainly exploits it. He's got this super turbo fan that'll suck you up, and he turns that bad boy on and starts, like, pulling her towards it. She's basically just hanging onto a cable in front of the fan. And Batman shows up now.
Should have brought her belt.
Well, I guess it's a good thing she got rid of her cape, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's just, I don't know, just motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just throws that in the fan and boom, blows the fan up. And now he's going after the Joker. And we get some Batman kaiju.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. They're fighting in a little miniature town.
Yeah, they're in a miniature
I
city.
gotta say, I love the Joker's building hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
great.
so good.
He's like, "Dee, dee, dee, dee."
And then he clocks Batman on the dome with it. Oh,
Tries
it
to
looks
stab
so
him through
painful.
the spire.
Yeah, I also heard this was inspired by the comic. Well, inspired by the comics in that, like, so many of them have the giant penny or the giant card or whatever, or giant whatevers. So the guy was like, I want to put them in a miniature set. Like,
Yeah.
that's the reversal of that.
But like they're drawing blood in this fight.
Yeah.
He kicks a tooth out, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Batman's whooping him
Legit
for a
monster
while.
tooth.
He calls in he calls in air support. And at first I'm like, these tiny little planes, what are they going to do? And then they're actually like fairly good sized remote control planes with like saw blade kind of rotors going by. Cut Batman up for a little while till he just gets them all in his cape and beats the shit out of them that way.
Yeah, a little King Kong moment there.
Yeah. But Joker's like self-destruct sequence activate. And he goes and he gets on his snazzy jetpack. He's got his purple helmet. He's ready to make his grand escape.
Which, we have jetpacks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
why
your
not?
socks.
They're not very
It
good
was
ones.
left over from the world of the
Well,
future.
okay.
But
So-
that's what that means, like 20 years ago, we had jetpacks.
No,
Why are everybody running around with
We've
jetpacks?
had jetpacks since the 60s. You have to be a crazy person to want to use one. So
Okay.
only the Joker would really fuck around with it.
Fair.
'Cause,
Notice
yeah,
the not any directional control on that.
yeah, they are hard as hell to
except
steer.
for up.
Yeah.
If
Wait
you-
until we
yeah.
get to the Rocketeer.
If your orientation, changes anything other than vertical, you're immediately fucked. And that thing is very limited fuel and is very hard to land. So that's why it's like flying cars. We've had flying cars forever, but you can't trust people with a flying car.
All right.
Yeah, imagine having like to look up when you're walking down the street because a car might follow you.
I do that now.
All right. So, Batman's like, oh, you're going nowhere. Jumps on the jetpack. They fly around for a while, and then crash into like a big globe, fall through that. And now they're all stuck there, and this place is going to explode. And I'm like, I really want to see how they're going to get everybody out of this. And Andrea just shows up and is like,
magic.
Smoke.
Yeah.
It
like,
disappears with the Joker.
I forgot about this ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Well,
kind of like, what?
I mean, she does it like, I don't care how this ends, but it ends tonight. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna die with him, or I'm gonna kill him, whatever. I'm ending this.
You
And
crying
then-
is not an escape plan.
Yeah, and then just smoke fills and they're gone, and you don't know what happened to them.
And Batman doesn't even really, like, get a good way out. He just sort of collapses through the ground and washes out the sewer, luckily. Now, the explosions are really cool. Like, the way this place blows up looked cool. But, like, I'm like, that's it? That's how the fucking thing ends? Like, I was erect. I was on the edge. Like, I'm going full throttle. And then, like, that's like mom opened the door. Like, you know, like,
So you came harder than ever, is what you're saying?
No.
It bought him 5 more minutes.
He got Alfred to do the lemon
Don't
maneuver.
leave!
yeah, but then after she closed the door, like, I'm like, I can't get it back. We're gone.
Oh, man.
See,
that's
for
what I
me,
smell.
I was a little disappointed for sure, but if this is how it ended, I might have been okay with that.
Yeah, and only there's resolving actions. They don't do anything. Like,
They make it worse for me.
yeah,
Because Batman gets flushed down the sewer.
yep,
We see him, he's back at the Batcave.
yeah. He doesn't Batman his way out of the situation.
Right.
He just kind of
He
bubbles through it.
Splatmans his way out of the situation.
Yeah.
He just gets blown out of the amusement park.
Yeah, it's plot hole editing favors, whatever.
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina.
And
of
then, like, he goes back to the Batcave and he sees that locket from before off in the distance. So apparently Andrea came and left it. Then
Yeah.
she's off on a boat alone.
Which again, that even, I would have been like, all right, that's maybe a resolution.
Yeah.
Let's end it there. But no, yeah, we cut. She's now on some cruise line.
Yeah.
Some drunk assholes trying to hit on her. She's just not having it. And I'm like,
She's wearing a funeral veil over her, you know.
Mm.
So, yeah.
That's it. Like,
And that's it, yeah.
you know,
credits.
there's no Joker.
well, yeah,
nothing.
My last
then
note
there's
is,
just
why is
Batman
this over?
crying on a rooftop.
It was raining.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Not cry.
I mean, I grew up thinking that this movie ended with the Phantasm died somehow.
You would
know.
think.
Yeah. In a
Kinda does.
cool
Die somehow.
climatic
Just
battle.
not physically.
Yeah, this cool climatic battle, you know, with, you know, a 3-way dance with the Joker and Batman. You know, I thought it was something where Batman had to make some weird choice where he had to save one of them and he saved the Joker for some reason or
I
something
mean,
like
that is
that.
his girlfriend.
You would think.
Yeah.
It's true.
This is the longest relationship released.
For real.
But yeah, the
Most
worst,
stable one, too.
Again, the worst part for me is she says, I'm ending this tonight.
Yeah.
Like, either I'm going to die, he's going to die, we're both going to die,
Yeah.
whatever. But we see she's alive. We don't see what happened to the Joker, but we know he's not dead. So, like, what the fuck happened? That's what I want to
We
know.
want a sequel now, damn it.
Like,
That's right.
yeah. I don't know.
There's no explanation as to how that happened.
But then you get a really great love song from Tia Carrere.
Sure.
Yep.
It
You
was
say so.
something.
It was words with music playing.
Yeah, I didn't listen to enough of it to really know, but
But that's the end of Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. All right, guys, so that was Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. What does Rotten Tomatoes have to say about this film?
okay, so RottenTomatoes.com, the critics had this at a score of 84%. Audience gave this a score of 88%.
Okay, Brian, how do you feel about that?
It's a solid, you know, B+ movie. Like it's it flows pretty well. There's a couple issues like I talked about earlier about, you know, some flashbacks, stuff like that. And the end, I wish it was a little bit different resolution towards the end, for the end of the movie, but you know, it was a great watch. You know, I had a good time watching it, and it was cool. I'd recommend it.
How about you, Will?
Yeah, so I'm actually the person that proposed this movie for our superhero, whatever the fuck. But
Endless Summer.
yeah, the Endless Summer. But definitely recommend. I'm right there with probably in between the critics and the audience, high 80s. I love the animated series, and this is just an extension of that in movie form. Everything's iconic, from Gotham to Wayne Manor to the Batmobile and the voice acting. Anything that I would critique about the movie is super minimal. I feel like even if you're not familiar with the animated series, this is worth a watch. As long as you like Batman and or at least familiar with that. I showed the trailer last night to my wife, and she was like super intrigued by it because they did a good job of setting up the Phantasm. And if you just saw the trailer, you would have no idea that what the twist was at the end or anything. So I appreciated that, and so we might watch it at some point. But definitely highly recommend.
Tony. Yeah, the same. I love the animated series. I thought this was a really good movie. You could certainly nitpick little things, like sometimes the animation's not the best, although I really like the style. Things like that might not hold up as well. But the story is still really good, even if you do see them coming, like Joe did. It's a fun watch. So I occasionally revisit the series, and when I do, I will sometimes throw this in the mix just to round it out. So, yeah, definitely recommend. If you're a Batman fan, you'll enjoy it. Joe.
Blasphemy alert. So, to me, this movie is like a C- D+, I would say. To me, it's like somebody who was taking a test and knew they got enough questions right, so they didn't answer the essay question at the end. So they just did the math and knew they passed, and they were like, that's good enough. Like, that ending really bothered me.
Yeah,
really bothered me. And I'm not enough of a fan of Batman to give it a pass. And I'm not there was a great setup. Like, I liked the characters, the story was cool, the setting was cool, but not enough happened that I would watch the movie again. Just to see that stuff. It was a bunch of pretty good stuff that was going to somewhere great and then stopped. So I would still recommend it. I mean, everyone does need to see it, but I would not go as far as to say this is the best theatrically released Batman movie. And I would only I don't think I would watch it again. Maybe some of the Joker parts I liked, but it was decent, I thought. But that the ending, just I couldn't deal with that.
Okay, that's
you gotta
fair.
end your movies.
I totally agree.
Well, I mean, the movie ended, but you gotta you can't fuck up the ending to your movie.
Yeah, that's fair. And I wonder if the fact that it was a cartoon, maybe they ran into some trouble where they ended it differently, and people were like, "Yeah, you can't kill off
The woman, the
yeah.
female.
You need to bring her back or something like that."
That
And they
makes
added
sense.
that thing at the end.
Oh yeah, it reeks of interference at the end.
Yeah. Which is, it's a shame, but they chose to go along with that. So, your opinion is
Yeah, we
totally,
can only judge by what we're
totally
given.
valid. That said, I'm not saying this is the best Batman movie, but this is my second favorite Batman movie. I enjoy it, even though I'm very familiar with it now. But I think a lot of that is because of my attachment to the animated series, which you also haven't seen. So I have an appreciation for the characters, the Joker, that version of Batman, that version of Alfred, that version of Commissioner Gordon. So I have all of that. I basically have that background to kind of fill in the gaps that weren't there for somebody that's just going into it cold. So for me, I think it was a more well-rounded experience because of that. And I could totally see somebody just coming into it without that being like, all right, well, it's a cartoon Batman movie with a really dumb non-ending. Yeah. I totally get that.
The cartoon part does not matter to me. Like
And
I said, my favorite Batman movie is the Lego one. And
I'm not talking about.
CGI.
I'm not saying because it was a cartoon it was bad. I'm saying because it was a cartoon it was probably held to a different standard because they had to reach a PG rating, and so they probably couldn't do a lot of the things that normal superhero movies get away with.
That's why the ending shit the bed.
I mean, maybe that's just a guess.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
But yeah,
they just had to throw in that scene.
That is my best guess. So there was probably well, we'll kill off the Joker. No, you can't do that because we're making more cartoons, and he has to be in the cartoons.
We'll kill
We'll kill off the main character. Yeah, you can't do that. That's too far. You've already killed off X number of people in this movie, so they'll get a PG-13. All right, well, we'll have to rewrite the end at the last minute. We don't know because we weren't there, but that's.
Well, I felt like someone from the studio was like, I don't know, Joker gets away somehow.
Yeah, jingle bells.
And he's like, fine, that's what you want, that's what you get.
Well,
done.
that is the end. It seems like, somebody probably got either Joker or her got killed or something.
Yeah,
and someone was just like, no, that can't happen. It's like, well, then how do you suggest we end it? And they're just like, They got away.
Her on a boat?
Yeah. Just the abruptness of it kind
Yeah.
of stinks of rewrites to me.
Yeah.
And meddling.
I wonder
But-
if there's interviews out there or something.
Yeah.
I'll do some research.
But I
That's
mean,
Paul Dini.
But I mean, we
I'll
can
send him a
only
tweet.
judge it based on what is and not what may have been. So I totally get, any detractors for this. But for me, I do have that background to kind of fill in the gaps, and I definitely recommend it. I enjoyed this movie very much. And it was a nice palate cleanser after all of the other movies we've had to trudge through.
Blink Man was dope. Shut the fuck up.
Sure.
I thought this was going to blow Blank Man out of the water, and this was easily going to be the best one of the superhero summer. But it's like, Blank Man was all right. I mean, I enjoyed this a little bit more, but not a lot more.
See, not to shit on Blank Man, but this
Yeah.
is definitely better than Blank Man.
Blank Man had a more cohesive ending.
Yeah.
We'll see if you hold it as favorably when we watch the next superhero movie.
For a minute, I thought you were gonna pull out some dick and like try and.
I might. All right, so that's it for this installment of Superheroes Forever.
Superhero second half of the year.
I think we decided next episode we're going to take a break from the super and go to the spooky. This being October, the well documented spookiest month of the year.
Maximum spook.
Maximum spook. We can't go for a full on October. But I think we're going to try and get a spoopy movie in there.
Now, listeners at home, you could not see, but Rob's eyebrows bounced to each individual note
Yeah.
in that October.
I am very tired right now.
Sadly, we missed a Friday the 13th, too.
Huh?
We did miss a Friday the 13th. It was in September, but yeah.
Yeah. There were things happening.
Yeah.
Life happens.
There's a lot of life happening. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, please consider subscribing. For our episode archive, merch store, and more information, check out our website, 4ampodcast.podbean.com. You can contact us by following us on Twitter or Facebook at 4ampodcast, or email us at the 4ampodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to hear more superhero stuff, if you just haven't gotten enough yet, consider joining our Patreon. We have exclusive episodes on Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and do we have more? I don't know, but we're going to have
soon.
more.
More stuff coming soon, probably.
Yeah, more stuff coming soon, that's for sure. But we have extra stuff for patrons only, so please consider becoming one of those patrons at patreon.com/4ampodcast. In the meantime, thanks again for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.
Bye.
Adios.
Good night, everybody.